If you remain loyal for a long time and without sex, your loyalty can deteriorate. Seek not greater wealth, but simpler pleasure, not higher fortune, but deeper felicity. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. There is no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. There would be nothing to frighten you if you refuse to be afraid. Always aim at complete harmony of thought and word and deed. Always aim at purifying your thoughts, and everything will be well. I object to violence, because when it appears to do good, the good is only temporary, the evil it does is permanent. It is easier to build a boy than to mend a man. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Each one has to find his peace from within. And peace to be real must be unaffected by outside circumstances. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. Live simply so that others may simply live. It is wrong and immoral to seek to escape the consequences of one's acts. The simplest acts of kindness are by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it is very important that you do it. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. My imperfections and failures are as much a blessing from God as my successes and my talents, and I lay them both at His feet. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Faith is not something to grasp, it is a state to grow into. Love is the strongest force the world possesses, and yet it is the humblest imaginable. First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win. The future depends on what you do today. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is like an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. Remember that all through history, there have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time, they seem invincible. But in the end, they always fall. Always. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. The greatness of humanity is not in being human, but in being humane. To my mind, the life of a lamb is no less precious than that of a human being. There are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread. You don't know who is important to you until you actually lose them. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. 1,000 candles can be lighted from the flame of one candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness can be spread without diminishing that of yourself. I cannot conceive of a greater loss than the loss of one's self-respect. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err. In doing something, do it with love or never do it at all. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. The world has enough for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. Silence becomes cowardice, and occasion demands speaking out the whole truth and acting accordingly. The day the power of love overrules the love of power, the world will know peace. I call him religious who understands the suffering of others. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet.